Welcome to the Billiard Network's next 9-ball video. This is the European 9-ball Championships, the female side of it. Played in 2022 in Laško, Slovenia. My name is Rico, and we're glad you've clicked this link because you're about to watch a quarterfinal between two women vying for a place in the semi-final. And the winner of this match will automatically win a bronze medal at least and still be in the hunt for that all-important gold medal. This is a match between Pia Filler, wife of Joshua Filler, many may know her, and also Anna Gradiznik from Slovenia. And these are two of Europe's top female players. We are playing a race to 7. And looking forward to narrating you through the happenings. We're playing 9-ball on the spot, alternate break. So we'll be seeing some cut break action. We'll be talking about the ins and outs of that. And let us know in the comments below what you would like to see as a future match between which players, or which is your favorite player that you would like us to feature. And let us know your thoughts in general. Subscribe to the Billiard Network to be notified when we post this and many new videos. And we have a load of high-class world pool action to bring you in the coming months and years, depending on when you're watching this, of course. All right, we have a bit of a safety battle going on, and this, I don't think she'll be shooting this 1-7 combination, or will she? She could hit the 1-ball on the left side and guide the cue ball behind the brown 7. That's not easy. Yeah, good attempt, but yeah, you can always try to bank the 1-ball into a somewhat safe position, which she kind of did. Now, of course, the 1-ball pots in the pocket nearest to us. Does it pot past the green 6? I am not sure. About 6 years ago, actually, I was speaking to Anna and her father, and we were kind of discussing possibly doing coaching. Well, what a great decision it was by her not to get coaching from me. I mean, look at her now in the quarterfinal of the European Championship 9-ball. Right, so good safety, good weight on that split between the white and the 1-ball. Now we're expecting Pia to hit this ball. To get away with it is not so easy. Not many balls to snooker behind in the first path after she hits this 1-ball. Right, good hit. Did leave Anna with a challenging long pot. Bonus though is that if she makes it, she automatically has position on the 2-ball above the right side pocket. So stand still, hit the middle of your white ball, and aim very well, most of all. All right, she powered it in. I thought she was going to roll that. Nice, good opener. That bodes well for confidence levels. Although this 2-ball on these dynamic pool tables, not easy, although it will be a fairly new cloth, so the jaws of the pocket might be fairly friendly and accepting anything that's touching the inside of the jaws. She'll be rolling this in, cue ball to the center of the table for position on the pink 4. Nice, very good. I haven't seen Anna play in the last few years actually, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what her form is, her attitude, her approach, her rhythm. And as you can see, after that 1-ball, she's kind of like has a bit of a spring in her step. I like it. And here, as you can see, kind of connect the dots. Orange automatically connects you to the green. Need a bit of an angle on the green for position on the 7, although the 7 should always be makeable. Careful now, not too much angle. Of course, the 7 is an automatic position on the 8, and the 8 is an automatic pretty good position on the 9. So, You put your money on Anna to take a 1-0 lead in first blood, which is very important. Race to 7. You know, not much time to go behind and then try to fight back if you make a good start. Well, in any kind of match, whether it's a race to 2, 3, 9, 13. You know, good start is just sometimes writes half the story, as we say in a Dutch saying. Alright, bit of a stretch. That's good. She used her extension, not the timeout extension, but the extension on the back of her cue. Just looking at the exact angle she wishes. You don't want to be dead straight. Kind of an angle, like a 10-degree angle. Either side of that black ball will make it maneuverable towards the 9. A little nervy though in the last strokes on that 6 ball and 7 ball, so she's a bit hyper inside, but running this out will do good to settle her down. Alright, straight 9 ball. Still got to focus, still hit that white ball in the center. Boom, and so she did. Look at that stop shot. Now I'll be fast forwarding the racking, as you may be familiar with the Billiard Network. So only pure playing time is what we're bringing you. Alright, so Pia's break. Made one on the break, and look at that. The closest ball to her is the 1 ball. And this is pretty nice. And so this may be the most challenging positional shot, to get straight in or a left side angle on the blue 2 ball. She's going to follow it 3 rails around, top right spin. Oh, maybe a bit of a quick backswing. Oh, that'll disappoint her. Alright, so Anna with a chance, ball in hand chance, take a 2-0 lead against Pia. Really, as you may have been familiar from seeing in the face of Pia, is a very competitive and fiery character, and so is Anna. Maybe right, beautiful position this is. So she can kind of draw it back towards the 3 ball to leave kind of the same angle. Maybe decrease the angle ever so slightly to make it an even easier 3 ball. Not too much now, but that will work just fine. Of course, the pink 4 is right in line with the 3, and the 3 ball kind of gives her the perfect angle as well on the 3 ball to stun it to our left for position on the 5. So all going swimmingly so far for Anna. Oh, that was a big stroke. She hit it quite hard. I mean, you know, any kind of non-sharpness on the potting side of things, and that jaw may not have been so friendly, but she made it well. So here, well, any kind of angle on the 5 or no angle will all be good. Basically try to get a straight shot on the orange 5. And even that will do. Now kind of wants to make sure she has ultimately a like 45-degree angle on the 8 ball. So she can make it and make her cue ball drift down table for position on the 9 ball automatically. So she may actually hit the cue ball in a natural way and come 2 rails. So the left long rail, cross table, right long rail, and then get that somewhat 45-degree, 30-degree angle on the black. She may screw it back directly. Yeah, even better. So here you want to make a choice. If you want to come straight up table, you'll have to apply maybe a tip of left, half a tip of left spin, or give it a tip of right spin and hit that second rail. And after that second rail, so you drift straight towards the 9. Either or. And she chose well, executed well. So far, faultless performance from Anna Gradiznik, looking for a 2-0 lead and gets that. Alright, race to 7, remember. Important 2-0 lead. Now the cut break. She's trying to hit the yellow ball exactly on that side. Well, exactly on that side and that kind of thickness. So, let's say the tiniest bit inside from where she's looking to the left of that 1 ball. That will push the corner ball into the corner pocket nearest to us, and the yellow 1 ball has a chance to go in or come back to the right side of the table anyway. We'll talk about the break in the next game prior to the players breaking. Perhaps that's maybe better to follow then. Does the pink pass the 6? It's the question of this rack. And we won't know until she gets there. Could always play cannon on the pink 4 into the green 6. I think that would work. But then you don't know exactly where that 4 ball is going to end up. She might open it up now and get position automatically on the 3. Boom. She tried to. Alright. Maybe the biggest challenge so far for Anna. Trying to keep that control that she's had now for 2 games. Well, after the miscue by Pia Filler. So she could theoretically stun this with, let's say, a 4 o'clock tip position. Stun it straight. Make it turn right directly and cross all the way to shoot the 4 ball in the pockets nearest to us. But I mean, that's a challenge, so I think she's gonna not have to worry about the cannon because the 3 ball didn't go in. Alright, so now what? Think along with us, viewers. Yeah, see, that's a possible position and could be fairly natural with a tip of left after making this 3 in the side. Also, she could also draw it back and make the 3 in the corner. That's what she's going for. Beautiful. Very good shot, although a slightly wrong angle, and she wants to shoot the 6 in the same pocket. She's going to have to elevate and draw the cue ball back to about the same angle she has now. She could feather the green 6 on her way through. Yeah. Hit it a bit too thick, but still doable. So remember, if you have a pot at this kind of angle or more or up to 45 degrees, your cue ball goes straight into the rail and straight out. That's what you could use, maybe a tip of left to get it closer to that 7 ball. Yeah, so pretty much just a top spin ball. Nice. Maybe a bit too much angle on the 7. You don't want to slow roll this because the 7 ball needs some kind of speed to reach the pocket, and then her white ball might cross over past the middle line of the table. So she might come across twice here. Beauty. Yep, Pia Filler. Of course, maybe the lesser celebrated player, of course, but really one of the bright European talents, and she's a hard trainer, dedicated, and she looks focused in her own game. She looks focused when she's watching and supporting Joshua as well. So, all right, takes it back to a mere 1 game deficit. So here at break, she's trying to hit the right side from where she's looking, ever so slightly. Trying to make the red 3 in the bottom left corner pocket, first and foremost. That didn't go. Another ball went in. Lacking a little bit on the hit in her first two breaks. Like, she didn't really get the acceleration in her technique going, so the cue ball didn't hit the packet high enough speed to make that cut break work well. Anna Gradiznik did hit the cut break from the other side, is noticeable. So Pia might want to take a leaf out of Anna Gradiznik's book and follow her to the left side of the table. Anyway, she can see the one, but only the right side. She can bank it, but there's a double kiss. Let's see. Oh, beauty. She curved the white ball, was able to hit the one ball full in the face, but because of that left spin, was able to create that tiny angle that the one ball needed to be hit at to make it into the pocket. Beautiful shot. Now, perfectly in line, only the pink 4 doesn't go into the pocket towards us. So that is the challenge of this game. How would you solve this? Being on the 2 as you are, you're going to roll straight towards the 3. You can create any kind of angle you wish. The 4 does pass the 9 ball in the bottom left corner pocket. I guess she decided to stop it, so she's going to... I think she's going to stun it over. Yeah, exactly. There. So basically her cue ball needs to have the tiniest bit of backspin when it gets to the red 3 ball, and the angle she has, which is not much, she could stun it straight over to the right side of the table to, let's say, if you look at the right long rail, the 3rd diamond up just south of the right side pocket. But she's looking at maybe following the cue ball. She could do that as well. Yeah, that's maybe better. It's a more peaceful shot, let's say. Softer, so the pocket is friendlier in its acceptance of that 3 ball. Now, will she shoot the pink in the top right or in the right side? Either choice will give her a shot on the 5. So both players, noticeable in my eyes, trying to really implement, let's say, a fairly dominant body language when at the table. I've kind of decided that, you know, in their playing style, this is kind of, they want to adopt a fairly dominant, positive, kind of fairly up-tempo walking around the table, quite active, let's say, not peaceful like, let's say, an Albin Ocean or Ralph Souquet. But she's doing well so far. After that miscue in game 2, remember, she's really composed and got herself back on track in the best possible fashion, made no mistake since, and in perfect line to draw level at 2-all. Then remember, it's Anna's Gradiznik's break, so should it go 6-all, it will be Anna to break. She won the lag. Yeah, very good positional play. Good solving of that 4-ball conundrum. And running out looking good. So, 2-all in this quarterfinal, on the hunt for a bronze medal at least, but of course gold medal preferably, at the European 9-ball Championship for women in 2022. Alright, Anna hit the cut break, overcut it ever so slightly, but will get away with it because that 2-ball kind of snuck out. So she hit her cue ball a little bit, overcut it a little bit, so her cue ball went, let's say, below the rack area, and you want to kind of get it back to the center of table area. Now she can, so next ball after the blue is the pink 4, so she could stop it or kind of accept. I think she's got the minutest of angles, and she may just stun this ball in, and stopping it might turn the cue ball one ball to the left, one ball's width to the left of where the blue is now. And just accept that. Whoa. Hello. Rocket cue action. Well, you know, she who dares wins. And that was a daring shot. But she hit cue ball in a beautiful line towards that pink. Maybe she wanted to, was planning to not hit the pink, most likely, but you know, she sent her cue ball in a really good line, and so therefore created that opportunity. All right, so both players, it looks like you can see that they've, you know, come through a few victorious matches already. It's not like this doesn't look like a first round of a tournament where players are kind of finding their ground. These two ladies are ready to play and go get that win instead of kind of, you know, trying to get the win. They're really going for it. Beautiful to see. So she can either roll the cue ball forward one revolution, let's say 2 balls width. I think that's what she's going to do. She could also screw it back to where it is now. That just requires a little bit more talent and quality, let's say so. It's too much angle on the 7, but workable. She won't be able to make the 7 and hold the cue ball in the center of the table. She will have to send the cue ball twice across the center area of the table. So left long rail, cross over, don't scratch in the right side pocket, and then the rest next, about the next revolutions of the cue ball after that second long rail hit will give her a shot on the black 8. Alright, never mind my prognosis. She was able to just hold it center of table. Good shot. She does have, I think, noticeable, besides the great shot she's played so far, a little bit of a nervous, not that one. So it's kind of, when she's rolling balls, I think her stroke looks a bit more nervous. So on the touchy-feely, soft shots, she looks a bit more, her stroke looks more nervous than in the big shots. But she executes beautifully, and she takes a 3-2 lead. All right, so Pia not changing sides, standing her ground. So wanting to hit the one ball to our left ever so slightly, draw the cue ball back to the left side rail. That's a good, see, that's a much better cut break, a little bit more speed. But she also made the one in the side, which happens very regularly. The one ball always travels towards the side or thereabouts. And then you're kind of reliant on wherever the 2 ball is kind of wildly rolling, because that's racked randomly in the rack. Now, challenged. Oh, so it was an illegal break. Was it? Yes. All right. At that point, viewers might be watching and saying, why is Pia not at the table? She made a ball on the break. There is a 3-point rule in effect. At the break, you need to get 3 points, and you can either do that by making balls or making balls past the breaking line. So past the breaking line from where you're breaking. She made the 1 ball, but only the pink 4 crossed that breaking line. And therefore she had to turn over control of the table to Anna, who can then decide to take the shot as it is. She could also give it back to Pia, who's then still allowed to push out if she wishes to. Right, so she's gonna bank this 3. Hello. Wow. Alright, still possible. Too much angle on this 4 ball. She could either cut it in with the tip of left and come straight towards the 9 ball, let's say. She could also play with the tip of right and hit just before the right side pocket and then roll towards the orange 5. First, make the 4 ball, of course, first and foremost. Now, don't snooker yourself. Yikes. We've all done it. So she could possibly curve it in. It's a pretty big ball. If you hit the rail first, you can hit the ball up directly and make it. Quite a few hit points on that orange where it will disappear into the pocket. But careful that the white ball doesn't roll away towards the center of table and snookers herself again. Alright, so no swerve, just the right and left spin. Good solving of that problem. Nice. Alright, so again, in the hunt for a 2-game lead. And a 2-game lead in an alternate break fashion is paramount, let's say. And if you just hold your own breaks or serve of breaks or whatever you wish to call it, then you win the match. Alright, so looking for a straight position on the 8 ball. Any kind of tiny angle will do as well, just kind of center table. You know, in 9 ball, so often the center of table is a very nice position to play a cue ball towards for shots on the next ball, and that looks great. Nice to see these two ladies really competing, playing their own game, solving some nice problems. Especially Anna, who's had a few good big stroke shots, executed well, breaking nicely according to the cut break fashion. So 4-2 for Miss Gradiznik. Here we go, and she is to break as well. She's been breaking a little bit harder, pushing that pink 4 a little bit more dominantly towards the pocket, as you can see there. All right. Made the 2 ball as well. Didn't make the 1. So roll this 1 ball in, bring the cue ball straight into the rail and straight out for position and desired angle on the red 3 to go to the pink 4. And that then leads to the 6. And then she needs a bit of quality to get to the 7 ball. First things first, Rico. Just watch her make this 1 ball. Yeah, so if you're watching this and you're thinking, I'm quite liking this 9 ball action. Ooh. Stretch and lost accuracy. If you think this is it's a nice match to watch, why don't you just press that like button, slam that like button. You could also subscribe yourself to the Billiard Network videos, and we will notify you of all the best matches we can possibly bring you. And there's lots coming in the next few months and years, I can promise you. We also have a section with commentary by the true pool legend, that is Earl the Pearl Strickland. Check out our section with commentary by Earl. I mean, there's lots to learn from the legend that is the Pearl. We have a whole section with final rack deciders. So only matches where it goes to the final rack, tense deciding game. Always good to watch. That's what I'm kind of hoping for in this match. Let's see what happens. So Anna missing that opportunity to go 3 games clear on her break. And now Pia with a chance to break back. And she would then make it kind of on serve, if you're speaking in tennis terms. I still have to think of a way to, she's breaking Anna's break. Can you say that? Sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? Alright, so what we spoke of in the beginning of the rack, or I spoke of, this is where the quality is needed. I think she's going to follow it with a tip of right and pass just past the right side of that 9 ball, or is she going to spin it back all the way to where her hand is now for position on the side? Yeah, exactly. Keep it simple. And that way you're able to hit the ball a bit softer, so your technique is less scrutinized. Nice, good technique. Pia's looking good, I have to say. You can see that that's a well-trained stroke. Besides the talent that these players undoubtedly have, you also need to hone that skill and prepare and know that you've prepared, because knowing that you've prepared makes you feel very good. If you know you haven't prepared and just relying on talent, well, you know, things could go get rocky. Right, so 3-4 in favor of Anna Grodisnik. Pia Filler to break, looking to level things up. Good cut break, made the corner ball, but that cue ball on the rail. Oh, again an illegal break, so made a ball, but only the one ball passed the breaking line, so only 2 out of 3 required points earned. That means table control to the opponent. Wow, good cut. Yeah, this 2 ball was never going to be closer after that. Now what, viewers? Cannon on the 8 to pot it in the pocket near us. Bank the 2 towards the brown 7. No, because that's going to make the cue ball hit the black 8 and it's not going to snooker anybody. Yeah. Not sure what she tried, but I can tell you that was not what she had in mind. Those double kisses. The bank is on. Cue ball will then go towards the pink 4, kind of. She could send the cue ball behind the 9. 2 ball towards her. Disappointment. I mean, if ever that was a show of disappointment, that's a kind of a textbook version of it. And that's kind of what you, the situation or the mind frame you don't want to get into, where you're showing your opponent disappointment, because it feeds opportunity to the opponent. Nice, good pot, a bit of elevation to give that little bit of backspin. Now back in line for a possible 5-3 lead. Still a way to go though. Now, pool players, in the rotation games especially, you will notice, now that I'm explaining... Oh, okay, that must be nerves kicking in, or just a blatant loss of focus. Wow. Okay. Well, you know, we've all missed these kind of pots, haven't we? Not this one. Well, this one as well, actually. So, cue ball has to come at least 2-3 rails, or at least 2, and come back down. So, back up table and back down. And that's a nice speed, and that will give her a nice maneuverable angle. So, these kind of angles is what rotation pool players kind of like to keep. This side of the 4, or exactly that degree of angle. Let's say if her cue ball had been on the bottom rail here, the bottom short rail, that would have been doable as well. So that the pot is, you know, very doable, but the cue ball is maneuverable. And if your next object ball in the positional line is straight in line with the object ball you're shooting, then you'd like to keep no angle. So, Pia looking to screw the cue ball back about 30 centimeters at least. And that's a bit too much. She might get the angle the other way. I think she has a tiny bit of an angle. And actually about a 40-degree angle on the black ball will do just fine for position on the 9. Good shot. Good clear pot, nice cue ball movement. So a bit of top right spin. Sounds difficult, but it's kind of natural to then make the cue ball go into the bottom left corner, not into the pocket, but in that corner, and then roll towards the 9 ball. Yeah, so this 9 ball, albeit bridging from the rail, which is not what you would like to do, especially on a straight-in shot, because then you have to roll it slowly. But she looks pretty confident. Nice. Alright, so Pia Filler takes it back to 4-all. Now it becomes a race to 3 for a medal. Good cut break. Yeah, Anna is breaking the balls with a bit more speed, and therefore, let's say the 5 ball and the 3 ball kind of both reach the breaking area. She's also making 2 balls on the break. So she hasn't had an illegal break or even been close to it. Pia, though, has a lot of body movement in the break, but that doesn't, in her case, at the moment, translate to cue ball speed, which is being transferred into the 9 balls that are racked in a diamond shape, and they're just not exploding the way they should do, really. All right. Watch out, 7 ball. Ooh, brushed it. Needs a bit of an angle. That is just about workable. So again, because the pink 4 is on the other side of the table, again a 30 to 40 degree angle is what she would have liked to have kept, but instead she's left with about 10 degrees. Top left spin. Yeah, it's gonna be a floating cue ball in danger. Ooh, well, she hit it well. She deserved it. A lot of top left spin, was able to create that angle by coming out of the corner. Now, keep at least a 10-20 degree angle on the orange 5 to maneuver towards the 6 ball. But her screwing it back, she's a bit scared of drawing it into the 9. You don't want to snooker yourself behind the 9 or the brown. Yeah, but that will work. She's also got a bit of an angle. But from the green, she also needs to either come back towards the brown 7 or forward 2 or 3 rails. So, all to play for here. Nice, nice, good stroke. So, I have the feeling, the bigger shots, the bigger strokes, she's looking really confident. It's more the touchy-feely strokes where she looks a bit more nervous in her stroke, not her own demeanor. So, screw the cue ball back for a shot on the 7, either top right or in the right side. Good shot. Nicely created opportunity, especially after that challenge on the fairly straight in 3 ball, remember? So Pia Filler has never had the lead in this match, and Anna is working hard to not give her that. Beautiful, hard-working run out this was. It doesn't all come easy at all times. You can't have the cue ball on a string. Here we go, 5-4 for Miss Gradiznik. And it's Pia Filler to break. And needs to make a legal break, remember? Trying to make the green 6 bottom left. Maybe the yellow in the right side. Made both. Yes, and by making the orange 5, she got her 3 points. You could see a bit of body movement from Pia Filler there. Alright, cut on the 3, but needs tip of right spin to make her cue ball across the table straight to go to the 3 ball. Because naturally it will kind of go into the side pocket that she's bridging over. Could also come to the right side of the side pocket, or give it more left spin and just choose to shoot the 3 ball. Alright. Looking good though. This pot at a certain speed with a natural cue ball will give her a straight in pink in the same pocket she's attempting the 3 in now. Bit too much cue ball speed. And in making this 4 ball, her cue ball, she really would have to slow roll it as slow as she can, and she could keep the cue ball where it is now, or sorry, where the pink is now, or she has to come across. That means spin on the cue ball. That is about the most extreme cut shot you could want. And she could also try to get the cue ball 2 rails behind the 8 by hitting the 7 ball on the right side, sending the 7 to behind the 9. Nice. Left a jumpable cue ball though, although no need to. I think the kick has better results, and if she jumped she would only have one side of the 7 to hit, so maybe wants to hit the 7 on the south side from where we're looking to make it, or send it to the other side of the table. Not that thick. There were very few revolutions after hitting it so thick that would have made her happy. Alright, so challenging 7 ball. And wants to stun the cue ball to the left, but that's where the side pocket is. So she either has to draw it more to avoid scratching, or stun it above the left side pocket. And that's not easy to do. Let's say hit the cue ball with a half tip above center stun. So lower, I think. Yeah, nice. Did what I said was most difficult and executed it very nicely. Accepting that the 8 ball was going to be a bit longer. A pretty nice workable natural angle for position on the 9 in the same pocket. Ooh. I mean, I'm gasping for air here after that missed ball. Right, so, you know, both players given away opportunities that they created themselves. I mean, it happens to the best of us, of course, in about every set. So now what would you do? Probably hit the black about a third of a ball on the right side, send it towards the bottom rail near us, and the cue ball to the other side. Yeah. Good speed on the cue ball as well, so always less easy if you're bridging from the back rail there. And this is not easy. She can only hit the right side of the black where she's looking. It will be very hard pressed to get any kind of safety or snooker in the immediate aftermath. So what would you do here? Cut it extremely thin and send the cue ball back to where it is now? I mean, that would be the... Ooh, I like that one. Beauty. What a speed. Oh. I mean... Under the pressure she was facing, shot of the match, in my opinion. What will Anna do? Cut it in the right top corner pocket? No, split it. Nice execution as well, I have to say. I mean, she did leave a theoretical cut, which would make the cue ball zip back and forth across that top part of the table. It's hardly any, when you're faced with these angles, it's hard to get a safety, or a meaningful safety anyway. Bank it. But, you know, always a challenge to bank it. No bank is a gimme. A bit of elevation. She's trying to snooker the cue ball behind the yellow, behind the 9 ball. Okay, went for the bank. Oh, the double bank. The old double banker. Well, you know, to say the speed was right when she missed it. So... and that's what we signed up for. No call shot 9 ball. So this 9 ball to level things up at 5-all. Under pressure though. Has missed the last chance she had. What about this one? Nice. Alright, 5-all. Anna to break. Trying to make the brown 7 near us. Oh, it got kissed away. And only the 5 ball passed the breaking line. So that is an illegal break, ladies and gentlemen. Whether you like it or not. Yep. So Pia, if she had been snookered or something, she could give the table back, or if she had like an incredible tricky position, both players could still push out. But you'd imagine she's gonna glue this cue ball to the pink 4 ball. Didn't get the snooker. And even if she had got the snooker, that would still be a jumpable shot. You know, you'd like to, these days with the jump cues being so effortless, you're so effortlessly able to jump a ball. You know, you really have to make the distance between the ball you're snookering someone behind, it's less than a ball's width, almost. Right, so is there a pocket available? I doubt it. Was this a safety attempt? We'll never know. So now what, viewers? What would you do here? Bank the 2 in the side? You have to wing the cue ball around 3 rails to get position on the 3. But what else? Snooker the white ball behind the 5 ball? That would make the 2 ball leak out. Alright, so a little bit conservative, but easier to get a safety or a snooker. Now this is not the total snooker, as you can see, but still no pot available. Cue ball will naturally, depending how thick or thin you hit this 2 ball, go to the black 8, yellow 9 ball. If she goes in between, she could get a snooker. Of course, the 2 ball is then going towards the center of the table after it hits that right long rail. Maybe she can at least make the 3 a block for the pocket. Ooh, is there a gap between the 7 and the 9? I think there is, you know. At least to a hit. I mean, there's no pocket for that 2 ball unless you want to jump. Cut it in the left corner pocket. But forget about that one. So what will Pia Filler come up with in this all-important 11th game out of a maximum 13 games possibility? Game 11, this to take a 6-5 lead and then be the person only 1 game away from victory. And remember, place in the semi-finals, guaranteed bronze medal, and still in the hunt for gold. The loser will go back to their Slovenia Lasko hotel room, licking their wounds. Right, so I think she got out the jump cue. So the 2 doesn't pass the 3 ball, so she might be banking it back down here. I don't know. Show us, Pia. Cue ball. Ooh. Well, I was happy about not scratching, but then saw the 2 ball she left and was just as unhappy. Alright, so 3 ball is on the other side of the table than the pink 4 though, so either an angle required or about a straight in position to screw the cue ball all the way back. I mean, anything is workable. So both players feeling it, really. European Championship for a European player, really one of the most important tournaments of the year, where 4 disciplines are played. 8 ball, 9 ball, 10 ball, straight pool, and the team event. So these players will be at this tournament for about 10 days. This used to be one of my favorite tournaments. Ooh, got the double kiss and didn't get away with it. Alright, so in making the 2-ball. I don't think she can naturally avoid hitting the black. But giving it any kind of backspin, then it's hard to avoid hitting the pink. Alright, so therefore decided not even to go for the pot. Did she get the snooker? I think she did, you know. Definitely didn't leave the pot. And we're gonna see Air Pia again. Yeah. There it is, chalking that phenolic Q-tip. That's gonna thump the cue ball into the slate and fly at least a ball's width high over the yellow 9-ball. Is she gonna cut it in? Quite a lot of elevation. It shouldn't be needed for a jump like this, really. Ooh, close. But she didn't leave the pocket because the 5-ball is helping her. So what would you do here? These I find difficult when, let's say, if the 5-ball hadn't been there, the pot is on. If you naturally would pot it, it's hard to play safe unless you roll it behind the 5, the cue ball, but that's difficult to do. You know, did she get it though? If she stuck her against the 5, then it probably is. Well, Pia's looking at the kicking angle, so... Wow, it's a good shot by Anna. So Pia looking to hit the left side of that blue ball from where she was just pointing. Either to make it or to bank it back down to that short rail and then make the cue ball come back towards us. Of course, you don't want to miss the whole ball in attempting to hit one side of the ball. Here we go. Quite an important kick, remember. This battle might decide who takes a 6-5 lead. Oh, I told you, Pia, don't miss the whole ball in trying to hit a particular side. Alright, ball in hand. Still though, that pink 4, you know, you kind of have to keep position the cue ball in that window between the brown 7 and 9 ball. So you'd almost like to be straight in on the 3 and kind of leave the cue ball by the right side pocket, thereabouts. Alright, let's see how the quality of her cue ball and potting holds up under this quite immense pressure. We might not be feeling it watching this, but I can tell you, when you're playing for a medal at the European Pool Championships, it is important to you, and you've trained for this for a long time. Nice. Good cue ball direction, never in danger, always in position. Now, naturally the cue ball would roll straight into the green 6. Well, could roll in between those two, but that's not what you're going to be attempting. She wants to pass the 6 on the left. So, tip of inside, right spin required, or left spin. Okay. Good shot that was. Not easy. Alright, so would like to be fairly straight on the green 6. Because the 7 is kind of connect the dots, if she would be. Alright. Let's see, a lot of backspin she's giving. Ooh, she didn't even go 2 rails. And now... yeah. Can she avoid hitting the black though? Left a bit too much angle. I would have imagined she was trying for. So important, you're playing for yourself, but you're also wearing, playing for your national team. As you can see, beautiful shot. As you can see, Anna wearing the Slovenian flag on her chest. And Pia, of course, proudly representing Germany and its long history of multiple gold medal winners. Let's not even start with who's been successful for the German team. We need a separate video for that. Alright, so Anna getting herself one game away from victory and a semi-final place in the European 9-ball Championships. Okay, it's Pia to break though, but Pia's had half her breaks illegal, so let's see what she can do in her final break of this match. Because remember, if it goes 6-all, it will be Anna to break. Okay, cut that one ball, but hit it hard enough. No, well, she made 2 balls, but that 3 is gonna reach. Phew. I mean, this is a thriller in itself, watching Pia's break. I mean, I would say, you know, just too much body movement and not enough attention on hitting that white ball hard, you know, solely with your technique of your arm. Your body doesn't give it that much extra speed. So I would say that's, if anything, an area to work on. For the rest, I think she's been very impressive. Oh, that 2-ball dropped. Alright, so Pia with that barely legal break. Now faced with another challenge after that beautiful cut on the 2-ball with that elevated rest. And, so naturally the cue ball will cross straight over the breaking line, but that brown 7 is a big ball to avoid. She could leave it, could come over twice and kind of leave it in the line where the 9-ball is now. Ooh, she's elevating. That makes this a tough pot. Bottom left spin. I mean, I would rather play position there, and in that way you can roll it with, let's say, a tip of left, but with a level cue. Yeah, that would be ideal also for position on the 6. No need to elevate and come this side of the table. Okay. Alright, left Anna with a bank on the 3. We'll give it automatic position on the 4. That could be a nice reward. I don't think you should be playing safe in this, well, not in this stage of the match, but just, I guess, playing this game. If the reward is so big that any bank pot will give you automatic position to run out, then I think you gotta go for it, no matter if it's 5-6 in the semi-final or just any game in your local club. Nice, second bank of the match she's made. Now in line to run out and beat Pia Filler 7-5. But 5 balls to pot and also keep your cue ball in position. Now don't scratch in the right side, so give it a tip of left spin. Oh! Nerves got the better of her there. I mean, the technique let up. Way too thin. Alright, so sorry, apologies Pia. Pia back in the game. And Pia must also be thinking a little bit, well, if you don't want it, I'm going to take it. I think that final miss by Anna might give Pia a little bit extra push. Of course, if you're thinking that you're not going to get back to the table in this European Championships and all of a sudden there you are, that should be a bonus enough. So Pia 4 balls to bring us to a final rack decider. Draw it ever so slightly back. Could stop it right there as well. That's even more ideal. Now the cue ball will naturally come off the bottom rail and drift towards the 9. Yes, that's where you would like to be, or somewhere thereabouts. Okay, so, I mean, is there anything standing in the way between us and a final rack decider? I mean, a miscue, but a rolling ball, you're not going to miscue, are you? Alright, extension on the cue. And quite deserving, actually, this match of a, well, we are as well, the final rack decider, but these players, you know, there's been nothing to choose between the two. Of course, Anna with a constant lead and Filler chasing, but Anna with a few opportunities not converted, especially that last one to win the match. Alright, 6-all, race to 7 for a place in the semi-finals of the European Women's 9-Ball Championships. Here we go. Anna with the last break, because she won the lag. Make that green 6, no. Make the blue 2, no. Nothing down, nothing past the break string, so a very legal break. So in that last break, I mean, she was breaking good in the beginning of the match, but you know, nerves tamper with the technique. Oh, Pia, she even gave the pot away. Ooh, disappointing there. No. What are the challenges in this rack, viewers? Well, this one, making the, I think she can make the 1 ball, right? Then the cue ball, oh, she has to swerve it so slightly. And she needs position on the blue too, remember? So it can be no further than where she's looking. And that's not going to be easy if you're swerving the cue ball with the right spin the way she's doing now. Good shot. Good shot to apply that right spin, knowing that the cue ball is going to want to run away from you off that rail. And then being able to make the 1 ball hard enough, or hit it hard enough to reach the pocket, and also hold your cue ball. Good start. Now, how do you get position on the 3 from that corner where you're coming from after hitting the blue? There's a lot of right spin she wants to give it, but ooh, nervous here in this final rack decider. I think she could play it with an extreme amount of left spin and cross in between the pink and the red. She's going the other decision. Yeah, it's always going to be hard. Ooh. Stuck against the 3 ball. Now how do you play safe off of this? You can't hide it behind the green ball. You can't hide the cue ball behind the green ball. You can cut the 3 ball on the right side. That will bring her cue ball towards the orange. Of course, she doesn't want to give the pot away should she not hide it behind the orange. So maybe wants to have the yellow 9 as a second blocking opportunity. Needs a rail, needs that 5 ball. Oh, beautiful speed. That was a good touch under that pressure. That, you know, everything hinges on how you thick or thin you hit that 3 ball, and it wasn't easy to determine. So challenging kick this for Pia. I mean, that would come off the 1 rail, off this right long side. That's not the way to go. Then you're going to miss the 3 ball coming from where your white is now. I mean, you would have to hit the second rail after the side, to the left of the side pocket. It's impossible to hit this 3 ball unless you play with a lot of check side. Prove me wrong, Pia. I think you're going to hit the black, or not even going to hit the black. That's the direction you're going in my opinion. And opened up the 6-8. Ooh, so ball in hand for Anna Gradisnik for a place in the semi-final for a bronze medal at least. Still needs to get from the orange to the green though. Thereafter things may be easier, but still needs a good angle. This angle will be kind of gotten for free. The angle from the pink 4 to the 5 needs to be created. So where would you leave the cue ball now? Kind of want to leave it in the line where the cue ball is now, as opposed to the orange 5 ball. Kind of center of table, a little bit to the right of center. Catch my drift. And that's... So now you're going to have to travel 3 rails, because you're not going to screw it back. So top left spin. Hit the left part of the top rail, and then let the spin take over. I mean, you know, in practice, this is easier to do than in the final rack decider at the European Championships quarter-final stage against a worthy adversary as in Pia Filler. Oh, she's screwing it back. Big shot she's been good at, remember, this game. Oh, that 5 ball hung. And the cue ball never really made it back towards the short rail for position on the green. Alright, so this, very important to practice for you players at home. With the ball in the pocket and your cue ball kind of in this line, try to direct your cue ball off that top rail in all directions. It's not easy to make it come straight down table for the 6 ball. There are a lot of ways you can hit that 5. You can leave it almost stuck in the pocket, or I mean, hitting it very thin would also get you there. Of course, you don't want to scratch in the bottom right corner pocket. Yeah, hello 7 ball, don't bother me now. Just past that. Alright, so Pia Filler with a cut on the 6. That may be her last test, because the cue ball will travel straight through the middle of the table, most likely hitting the top short rail and then coming back towards the brown 7. Right. Cut it nice and thin, don't overcut it. Never hit it too thick in these thin cut briefs. Right, I hit it a bit too thick, and that's why the cue ball didn't travel as far up, so I lost more energy to this by hitting the green 6 than she wanted to. Ooh, tester here. I'm loving this. I mean, it wouldn't have been if I was playing it, really, but I would rather have won the match earlier, as both these players on show will agree with. But as things stand, Pia Filler with this testing 7 ball and needs backspin on the cue ball to stun it in between the black and the 9 ball and come back out. Pot first. Oh. Ooh, so left it for Anna, but left a nasty angle. I mean, a workable angle. She can, with a lot of topspin, she could come back to the center of table. 7 ball is fairly close to the pocket, but these pockets are shrinking with every nervy second that passes, because both players not as confident as they started this match with, I can tell you. And that's just what tends to happen when you see yourself miss balls. You know, when you see yourself run out, you gain in confidence. And human beings tend to lose confidence when they see themselves make or miss opportunities. Right. She's back at the table with a chance. She could have lost by now. So top spin or top right she's aiming. Look at that big stroke. Here we go. Wow! It's exactly the way she would have pictured it. And now perfect line. I mean, couldn't have asked for a better angle on the 8. She can drop it in and shoot the yellow in the side where she's looking now, or shoot it in the top left corner. She could also choose to past the 9 ball and shoot it in the same pocket. I can't stop talking, I'm a bit nervous. Alright, so she's looking. She's mostly been looking at trying to get position to shoot the 9 ball in the side pocket. Damn, those side pockets are quite small unless you're close to your work and straight in. Alright, so well, I would shoot it in the corner, that's for sure. Might be further away, but that jaw is friendlier on the far side. I think that's what she's going for. What would you guys go for at home or wherever you're watching? So this may be the final shot in quite an exciting 9 ball match. Hope you've liked it. Here we go, Anna for place in the semis. Oh, just swallowed it, the pocket. Oh, I mean, I could have easily missed it. 7-6 for Anna Gradiznik. She marches into a medal position. Thanks for watching. I've been Rico Dix, and you're watching the Billiard Network. Look at the rest of our library.